Good morning, students. I am Dr. Nita Agasti. I will be taking your inorganic chemistry classes. A very warm welcome to all of you in your new college, that is Brahmanand College, and I hope you people will really have a very nice time here and will surely come up with flying colors. The first chapter which we are going to start is with atomic structure. Other than atomic structure, we have 5 more chapters in the syllabus. The first chapter, as I told you, is atomic structure, followed by periodic classification of elements. Then we have chemical bonding, S block elements, P block elements, and then we have noble gases. To begin with atomic structure, let's have a brief account of how this came into existence. The atomic structure came into existence. As we all know, John Dalton said that matter is made up of small particles, that is atom, and according to him, atom can neither be created nor destroyed, it is indivisible. But later on it was shown that atom comprises of fundamental particles, that is electrons, protons and neutrons. We will be studying the discovery of electrons, the discovery of protons, the discovery of neutrons, how the nucleus came into existence, and then different models of atom which were proposed by different scientists. To begin with is discovery of electrons. This was done by J.J. Thomson by his cathode ray experiment. Basically, J.J. Thomson, he took a discharge tube which was made up of glass. He took 2 electrodes in it. Both the electrodes, one connected to the negative terminal of the battery and the other one connected to the positive terminal. So since this is the negative terminal, this was the cathode. This is the positive terminal, so this is the anode. There was some gas taken over here inside. The gas was taken in the discharge tube. Here a vacuum pump was attached. Why was the need of attaching the vacuum pump? When the gas was taken at normal pressure, in that case, nothing was observed inside the discharge tube on passing electricity. But when the gas which was present in the discharge tube the pressure of the gas was reduced to 10 raised by minus 2 mm of Hg, it was observed that when high voltage of approximately 10,000 volts was passed across the electrode through a gas which was at low pressure in the discharge tube, some rays shot out from the cathode and moved towards the anode. Since these rays are coming out from the cathode, they were known as cathode rays. He also studied the properties of these cathode rays which led to the discovery of electrons. He studied that first property was cathode rays travel in a straight line. So this is the first property. It travels in a straight line. They are negatively charged because it is moving towards the positive terminal. So they are negatively charged. Then in between, if we place a light paddle wheel, these particles which are coming out from the cathode as cathode rays, They are capable of moving this light paddle wheel, means that they have some energy in it. So they are energetic particles. They are energetic particles. If in its path electric field or magnetic field is placed, they will deflect towards the positive terminal of the electric field, which further proves that they are negatively charged. When these particles strike on an obstacle, opaque substance, some radiations are produced out of it, which were known as X-rays. So in this case, X-rays were also discovered later on from this experiment, but that was done by another scientist, not by J.J. Thomson. That was by Roentgen. If you all know, X-rays were discovered by Roentgen. Cathode rays are independent of the gas present inside the discharge tube. That means the gas has nothing to do with the cathode ray. Only this is here only as a medium and the pressure is low. So this is cathode rays are independent of cathode material and the gas present in the discharge tube. The mass of cathode rays or electron is 1/1835 of hydrogen atom. Now this is a quite large description about cathode rays. Now we come to the other one, that is discovery of protons. Discovery of protons. As you all are aware, protons were discovered by Goldstein. Goldstein had taken a discharge tube in which he took a cathode which was perforated. यानी कि जो कैथोड का मटेरियल था, जो कैथोड था वो छिद्र वाला, कैथोड में होल्स थे. So he took a cathode which was perforated. So he took a perforated cathode. Gas was there in the discharge tube, and this was the another electrode connected to the positive terminal. So this was the anode. When high voltage was passed through this gas, it was found that some radiations were coming out from the cathode and were moving towards the anode. That means these were the cathode rays. But some radiations were coming out from this and passing through this perforation and producing a glow behind the cathode. That means they were passing through this perforation, and since they were passing through the perforation, they were positively charged. These were positively charged particles. Now the question arises that from where are these positive charged particles coming? you earlier that cathode rays were independent of the cathode material and the gas present in the discharge tube. But here, anode rays or canal rays or protons, they were dependent on the gas present in the discharge tube. It was found that when these fast moving cathode rays or electrons, they hit the atom which is present, the electron which is present in the outer shell, when they hit it, then the electron is ejected and the positively charged ions are only moving towards these perforation or through these canals, and that is why this is glowing over here. The properties were also studied by Goldstein and they were positively charged. They have they are equal, it has the charge equal and opposite to that of electron, and then rest of the properties were studied by him. They also travel in a straight line. They travel in a straight line. They are positively charged because they are moving towards the perforated cathode, so they are positively charged. They are positively charged. They have mass equal and opposite in magnitude of electron. That means they are again positively charged and they have the mass which is equal and opposite in magnitude of an electron. These rays are dependent on the gas present in the discharge tube. These particles are also deflected by the electric and the magnetic field present in their path. Now we come to, after the discovery of protons and electrons, the first atomic model was given, and that atomic model was given by J.J. Thomson. The first atomic model of atom. Atomic model. The first atomic model was given by J.J. Thomson. And what is the name of this model? Plum pudding model. Plum pudding model. In plum pudding model, J.J. Thomson said that an atom is like a sphere, is like a ball, in which the positive charge is uniformly spread and the electrons are embedded in it. दूसरे शब्दों में कहा जाए तो एक एटम तरबूज की तरह है, जिसमें कि उसका जो लाल हिस्सा है वो है पॉजिटिव चार्ज और जो इसमें जो बीज होते हैं वो है नेगेटिवली चार्ज. But this model of atom could not explain the properties of an atom, and ultimately this model of atom was discarded.